So if you are in the beginning stages of your lash career, or you're thinking about becoming a lash artist and you kind of need some steps or some tips on what to do or what route to go on, this is a video for you.
Don't know if you got a girl, don't mean to disrespect, but all of you rule my world. I even dream of you, I swear. Visions of you and I.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be keeping it real with you guys. I just want to be a little brutally honest with some of you, because I think now I'm in a position in my career with lashing where it's a lot of things that I've seen from my experience, and I kind of want to show you guys and tell you guys things that you should avoid and how to make your journey a little bit easier. So I kind of want to get into that with this video, guys, and kind of, help you so that you don't make certain mistakes and that you can get the best education and start off on the right foot. So I know normally when becoming a lash artist, you need to kind of figure out if you first need to be licensed or if you need just a certificate. So depending on where you live, you do need to Google that information, and you do need to find out if you have to be licensed to do eyelashes or if you can just be certified. Once you find out if you need to be certified or licensed, if you do have to be licensed, then you would obviously have to go to a cosmetology or an esthetician school. And then from there, you want to always make sure that, because a lot of esthetician schools, they don't teach you very much specifics. They don't go into depth about eyelashes. So you're still going to need to get a lash certificate. And I know some people may not like me for saying this, but being certified, if you're going to just be a certified lash artist, I'm going to tell you now that, just be very, very careful. I really would not preach to anybody not to be licensed if you're not and you need to be in your state. But make sure if you are just certified, you have to be very, very, very careful and don't piss anybody off. If not, you probably will get in trouble with the board. But once you find out, according to where you live, if you have to be licensed or versus being certified, I still recommend that even if you are a licensed eyelash, or even if you are licensed, to still take a class and be certified. The most mastered lash techs and lash artists are 5-time certified. So that means really perfecting your craft and really getting into specifics, and that's what certification means. It means that you completed a class. So you have the specifics and you have the knowledge about just eyelash extensions, because you can go to school for something, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're specialized in it yet. So you have to take that certification course to really know what you're doing with lashes. So now let's say you've figured out your licensing situation. Now you're going to need to find a lash artist or a lash tech that is going to be the best fitting for you to learn and get the best education with lashing. I will always preach this, and this is from personal experience. I'm not saying everyone, but I do not really recommend group courses. And the reason why is because when I took a group course, I just felt like I didn't really get that specific one-on-one training that I need. So look for people that are in your area that have really good reviews. But like I said, I don't really recommend group courses just because you don't really get that super one-on-one experience for the first time. I'm not saying everyone's group course is like that, but I know when I took my group course, I felt like when I walked in and I walked out, I was more confused than when I walked in. So I personally would not really recommend the group course. Be afraid of online classes either. There's a lot of great lash artists and lash techs that you can literally learn so much more online, and they're not just trying to get your money out of you. They really are going to give you a certificate, not just because you spent the time in the class and you just wasted your day, but because you actually really know what you're doing. So do your research and don't be afraid to look for lash artists online that have really good reviews. And I honestly can attest to that. I actually feel like I got some of the best training from a lash tech online. I felt like I learned so much more through her ebook, and it was super inexpensive. It was super cheap. And I mean, she would certify you only if you know how to actually lash. So do your research. So with your classes, it should be a more specific thing. You want to look for a lash tech or a lash artist that is teaching you one specific style of lashing for this day, or one specific style of lashing. You can't learn the whole spectrum of lashes in one day. You want to get the best for your money. So please do your research. Do not just settle, because a lot of people are just in it for the money grab. They just want to get your money. They're like charging you $400, $500, $600, $1,500, $2,000 for a class, and you're supposedly have learned classics, mega volume, and volume all in one day. And honestly, you can't learn all of that in one day. And then the thing is, once these people get out of these courses and they're so overwhelmed, their chances of doing lashes afterwards is just so much less. Like, I know when I first got onto my first group course, I was just like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't feel confident to lash anybody. I'm like, my sets look like trash. I don't know what I'm doing. And it really just made me feel like, well, I'm not going to lash. And I didn't lash for like the first like 5 to 6 months. I had not picked up my mannequin head. I was just over it. And I was just like super confused. And I was super discouraged about it. And it wasn't until like 8, 9, 10 months later, I was like, you know what, let me do a little bit more research. And then I started getting on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know about this, or I didn't actually know that, and I didn't learn that you have to use this many fans per lash, and oh, maybe that's why that tweezer wasn't working, and so on and so forth. Don't just stop at your certifications. Always use YouTube as a place to learn. Also use online, Google, everything. Like, you can teach yourself so much more. Lashing, the industry is always growing, so you always have to invest into your career. And also in these courses, they don't really teach you about sanitation, and it bothers me so bad that some lash techs will literally come out of being certified, and I was one of them. I did not know how to I didn't even learn how to use barbicide. I did not even know the proper ratio of how much barbicide you're supposed to use. I was told that you're supposed to buy barbicide and have it, but I didn't even know that you had to be barbicide certified. You needed to go online, complete a course about that, and that you needed to know the ratio and how long do you sit your tweezers in there, and how to disinfect, sanitize, sterilizing. I didn't know any of the differences. And if you guys want a video on that, I can. If you guys want to know how to actually sanitize, disinfect, the difference between the three, you can go ahead and leave that comment down below. Or if you guys want a more barbicide specific video, I can definitely give that to you guys as well. Yeah, just please do your research, you guys. Please, please, please do your research. I don't want any of you guys getting scammed out of your money or wasting money. Make sure you're doing your research and trying to find a very good, reputable lash tech, so that you can literally get off on a strong foot and you can feel so much more confident when you're lashing. Once you're done figuring out, getting your certification, licensing, then from there, obviously you're going to have to find out, are you going to be lashing from home, or are you going to be lashing in a salon? Or will you be getting your own suite or having your own space? My number one tip with that is just, if you are going to be lashing from home, make sure that you stay safe, because people are crazy, and people knowing your address. If you're going to lash from home, it's a great way to start out. I won't discourage anybody from doing that if you have to. But if you're also going to be starting out in a salon, that's really good reputation for you. It's really easier to get clients. But I will always push, try to get your own space sooner than later. So that way you're not literally paying somebody else. You're just paying for your space. Get your own suite. I'm telling you, you'll feel so much more comfortable in your own space, able to work in your own environment. And I will gladly help you guys. Just please DM me. Do not get scammed, guys. But if you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you're not missing any of our weekly uploads.